Welcome back to our Italian treat, that is this Thursday masterclass with our guest chef Silvana. Now, lasagna is definitely a staple in Italian cuisine and very much a classic. But who said that it should only be enjoyed with meat? So today we put a delectable veggie twist on this dish with our tasty brinjal lasagna.
Yes, Silvana, so I know you've given us all the lessons on pasta today, but I want to share with you a dish that Palisa absolutely loves. She loves lasagna.
Yeah.
However, we're putting a twist on it, Bali, because we're doing all veggie. I'm not sure if you saw the thread. We've been doing vegetarian dishes since we began, well, besides the pancetta.
Yeah.
But it's literally been very vegetarian. So we're keeping it in that theme by making a brinjal lasagna with a beautiful cheese sauce. And I think any dish, if the sauce is great, then the dish is absolutely amazing.
Absolutely.
All right, so to start it off, we've got some brinjals over here. We've got some tomatoes. We've got some bocconcini mozzarella. And I think you're going to give us some tips on what exactly the difference is between the mozzarellas, because I need to know. And into our sauce, we've got some butter. We've got some flour, the typical staples for a cheese sauce. We've got some nutmeg and some milk. And then I'm going to season all of that with just salt and pepper. So to start it off, I'm going to ask you just to cut up slice up some brinjals for us. While you're doing that, I'm going to get it started with our cheese sauce. And it starts off just as a bechamel sauce, Bale. As you know, white sauce starts with the butter going into there. So to start it off, all I'm going to do now is just add some butter to a warm pan, a warm pot. The one thing I love to say is when you're doing sauces like this, you don't want your pot to be too hot because you don't want to burn the butter. It would be nice to get that brown butter flavor to it, but that's not what we're trying to do today. So we're going to let that melt up while it continues.
Silvana, I want to find out about the OG original lasagna. Now, I hear a rumor that Italians only put 4 layers of pasta, of lasagna sheets.
5.
Is it 5?
5.
And that is when it's considered a lasagna?
Yes.
Tell me more about that. Why 5 specifically? I mean, what if I want to put 3?
Okay, it needs to be tall, because otherwise it's not a lasagna anymore.
Dumi, you're really challenging me.
I have.
Putting brinjal in my lasagna, I almost feel cheated.
I know, Bali, that was the whole idea, because I wanted I know you've had brinjal before and you're not happy about the flavor. So this is why we're going to be showing the trick that we've done here, because a lot of people complain about this very thing.
Yeah.
Brinjal has this off-putting, bitter taste if it's not prepared right. And the reason is because you don't drain out that liquid that's in it. I don't know if you want to see what Silvana has here. She's got brinjals that we sliced up, the fresh ones she sliced up. We added salt to it.
Okay.
After adding salt, you let it sit in the fridge, room temperature, just let it sit. And what then happens is that this liquid that you see at the bottom there is what then causes that sogginess of the brinjal.
Now, brinjal is that vegetable, South Africa, that is, you know, eggplant. A lot of people call it eggplant or brinjal, but an aubergine also. It goes by aubergine.
Aubergine.
Essentially, my biggest beef with it is that the flavor, the texture. I just really, really struggle with that bitterness, and also just sometimes it's just almost like nothing. But here is a tip and a trick that Silvana and Dumi have shown by just soaking it in salt.
Yeah.
The water goes down to the bottom, and now I can truly enjoy the brinjal. So what flavors can I expect from the brinjal coming out now?
Well, now you can actually enjoy the true flavor of brinjal itself, because we've drawn out that liquid, which I know some people like when you're making some purees and stuff like that. But in this instance, we want it to be nice and dried out. This is how people even enjoy it, like a brinjal steak. So I just want to show you here how beautiful our sauce is.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've been wondering why I've been standing right next to this pot this entire time, because when it comes to bechamel, you never want to leave the station. What I normally do is I pour my milk a little at a time, because I want to control the consistency of my sauce.
Yeah. Chef Silvana, when it comes now to this mozzarella that we spoke about, this fresh mozzarella, how can I prepare it best for this dish? Should I chop it up? Do I leave it as is?
Yeah, you can shred it with your fingers. You can chop it up, but if you want to chop it, you can just break it like that.
Okay.
I love to do
wow,
that.
look at that.
Because it's very nice when you're opening up with your hands.
And our sauce is almost done. The only thing is, whenever you're going to be adding cheese to your sauce, like in this instance, if I wasn't to add anything else, I'm going to grate some nutmeg into that. If you weren't going to add anything else, this would be your bechamel sauce done and dusted, ready to eat. However, I'm going to be adding cheese to this. So whenever you're adding cheese to this kind of sauce, you want to thin it out first, because when you add the cheese, it's going to become all thick. So it is best to always make sure your sauce at this point is still a bit runny, because when you add the cheese, cheese, it's going to get thickened up. So, Silvana, may I ask you just to grate up some of that Parmesan cheese into this pot for us? And then we're going to basically start layering it up, Palesa. We're going to start with that beautiful velvety bechamel sauce that we have over here.
When it comes to making something authentically Italian, though, what kind of flavors do we see there that are quite prominent that aren't really in all the other cuisines?
The really authentic Italian food for me, it's the ragu that we're making it on a Sunday. This is the it's a traditional thing that you do every Sunday.
Yeah.
And it's a bit long to do it, but it's there.
It's worth it.
It's worth it, and it's in every houses, especially in Italy. I mean, Sunday without a ragu is not a Sunday.
It's not a Sunday, right?
So I've just started with the first layer of cheese sauce at the bottom. As you can see, it's not a lot. The only reason for that is because we want to be able to secure our lasagna sheets. And keeping to the theme, we've kept everything fresh, including our lasagna sheets. We've made these ahead of time. Remember that dough that we had earlier? We just decided to cut it up a little thicker this time because that goes into our lasagna here. And what we've got here is we've got our layers, our lasagna sheets that have been separated with some plastic wrap and a bit of foil just so that they don't stick. But other than that, that same dough that you'd use for pappardelle and tagliatelle, same setup. Can I ask you just to pass me the other ingredients there? And you can be as creative as you like with the types of pasta dishes that you can come up with once you've made this fresh dough. I'm going in with the cheese sauce, our bocconcini cheese. And I'll ask you for some of those eggplant. And the one thing I love about this eggplant now, this brinjal, is that it's going to give those beautiful charred lines and layers, making this even more beautiful. So this is all I'm going to keep doing. I'm just going to keep layering it up. After the brinjal, we go in with the tomato and the rest of it, and are we sticking to 5 layers?
I was about to ask that. I was saying, are we sticking to the authentic, traditional 5 layers, Dumi?
Let's see.
I'd like to think we will do that, Palesa. Let's see how far we can go.
Yeah.
Now, we're quite well on our way on this very inspired journey. So, Silvana, when we come back from the break, we're doing something a little different.
We're going to make, as a dessert, ravioli with ricotta and figs.
Well, Dumi, keep working over there with those layers. I'm keeping my eyes on you. Well, I'm definitely inspired to try this meatless lasagna dish because it looks absolutely divine. But I have a question for you. Have you ever tried and enjoyed pasta as a dessert? Well, fear not, because after the break, we flip this cook-along on its head and do something that's not quite conventional.
Join Olive Pride Chef's Tour and travel the country as we cook along with Luyanda Mafanya, Ruben Riffel and Jan Bry every Tuesday on Afternoon Express. Win 1 of 10 cooking appliances weekly or a grand prize of a kitchen makeover worth 150,000 Rand. To enter, buy any Olive Pride pack and dial star 120 star 2462 star with your unique code to enter. Prepare to be proud.